Hi everyone, welcome back to Hanson Never Done Farms.
Hi everyone.
It is Sunday, February 2nd, you guys, and we are sitting at about 62 degrees
that's nice
on
out.
this gorgeous, gorgeous Sunday afternoon up here with the boys because it is time to copper bolus, and thought I would bring you guys along because I neglected to do that with the girls. Many of you have been with us long enough. You've seen me copper bolus. We use the Ultra Cruise, and a copper bolus is just a capsule with a bunch of copper rods, and you put it in the goat's mouth, back of the throat, and let them swallow it whole if you can, and it sets in their stomach, their first stomach, and releases those little copper rods over the span of 4 to 6 months and provides them the copper they need. Goats are generally copper deficient, and it can cause a whole host of problems. So this is just one of our maintenance regimens. We do it every, like I said, 4 to 6 months. Cash is showing signs a little bit that he needs some copper, so we're going to do it. I will show you how we load. As many of you know, we've always used these blue guns. It's just something everybody uses. All goat people use them, and I've often referred to them as medieval torture devices because they just were horrible. Well, we were in a feed store in Chandler, and we found these little ones. You can see there is a huge, huge difference in them.
Big difference.
And I had asked the lady if these were for goats, and she said actually if a bolus capsule will fit in there, then it'll work. So, you know, it was $3 and something. We thought, why not? Let's try it. And you guys, what a game changer. I know you guys have seen me use these. You've seen other people use these, and they're awful. I hate them. These are so much easier. But anyways, to use them, I use peanut butter, and you're just going to make sure your plunger is out and fill up your little area. Get you a copper bolus, and you're going to just shove that down in there, and that is loaded and ready to use. I'm going to get one of the boys out and we'll get started. Get them a little bit of a treat. Got the girls' dairy mix. This is what we feed just our lactating does, just our feed mix. Anyways, the boys hate all of this, so I at least try and give them the good stuff.
Come on, Cash.
Come on.
Good boy.
Look, it's right here. Do you want it? Not bad. Not bad. You do. I try to not let him have anything really in his mouth when I copper bolus. So I just want him to come in, and poor guy, he knows something's up. Up you go. And just slip it in to the back of the throat, waiting for him to open. And it's just that easy, you guys.
Done.
You guys saw me struggle with those blue bolus guns. How much easier is that? There you go, brother. Just that easy. Just that easy. So, if you can find the brown ones, get the brown ones. They work a lot better. I've only ever found them at one place. I'm going to trim hooves, do selenium, and then we're done with Cash. So I'll move on through the boys. We'll show you guys copper bolusing the little boys, just see how easy it is. His hooves are just a little tough enough that I was having a hard time with them, so Jeff's going to finish up his hooves. I forgot the selenium. It's down at the house, so I'll grab that later, and the boys will get their selenium. hooves weren't bad at all. We just did this, I mean, about a month ago, so you keep up on them, then it's just maintenance.
A little bit more, buddy.
He says, I'm done. Alright, so next up is tighten, and same deal. I know, you don't like it. Just to the back of the throat, I'm not pushing too hard, I'm just easily making it in there. And that's it, he's done. Good job.
Now you're sitting there going, where's my food?
Okay.
Where's my food?
And give them the chaff hay to slow them down.
Second one down. Okay, Goby's up next.
Reload.
Now reload.
Reload. It's a little bit messy, but that's why you have paper towels. Alrighty.
Of course.
Alrighty, come here. Yeah. And it's just that easy, you guys. It's just that easy.
Really nice.
I love it. I love it. Anyways, so if you can find the little brown ones, find the little brown ones. They are a game changer. I will be going back to that feed store and stocking up on these. All right, boys are done. Copper bolus, trimmed hooves. I got to bring the selenium back up, and I'll do that before bed and just give everybody a dose. But yay!
That was quick too.
Yeah, maybe 15 minutes tops to do all three of them, plus their hoof trimming. So, and everybody looks real good. No signs of mites yet, so that's good. I've got some spray in there that I probably will go ahead and just give everybody a little bit of a spray down just to be on top of it. This is the time for mites as we start warming up, is when we generally start seeing it, so I want to be on top of it and not have any issues with it. But anyways, we'll go up to the girls. Alright, so what we didn't tell you was that we were going to move the boys. As many of you know, we've had some issues with Cash. Took a fecal in last week, and he had a low count, not a 0, but a low count of roundworms, which could be barber pole. And so we treated him, and 2 weeks later, Friday, I took in another sample, and out of his whole sample, he only had 1 or 2, but it wasn't 0. And so the vet suggested that we move him off of that pen and get him in a different pen, just to make sure that he's not reinfecting himself. His Fomantia looks okay. He doesn't look horrible. So she said wait 2 weeks and bring in another sample and just keep checking his Fomantia, you know. We're not going to treat him again right now. We don't want him to become resistant, or the worm load to become resistant. So for now, we're going to try him in this pen. As all of you know, all of our girls are pregnant, and so other than Snow, of course, everybody's pregnant, so we're not worried about him breaking out and impregnating anybody. Jeff did strengthen this area back whenever we had Case, because Case had broken out of this. So anyways, that is what we're doing. We need to go down and get some more water, it looks like, and bring up a hay bag for the boys. But for a few weeks until we can get a pen built, this is where he's going to be. The other boys are fine, by the way, so whatever is going on is just with Cash.
Yeah.
The other boys don't have any issues, so...
So we'll go get some water.
So whatever it is, it's just with Cash, and if moving him to a different pen and his natural immunity can take care of the issue, then we won't retreat him. If we take a fecal in and there's more than what there was last time, then of course we'll treat him again. So, you know, worm loads are a dangerous thing, and you have to stay on top of them. And Cash is our issue. He's our problem child. It is worrisome having the boys so close to the girls, and I would not do this if it was breeding season or all these girls were receptive, but seeing that none of them are receptive, hopefully this is a solution, a short-term, listen, a short-term solution to our issue. But just the fact that he has one or two was not a concern to the vet. They're going to have parasites. You are never going to completely eradicate them. If he can handle it and his natural immunity deals with it, then we know he's okay and he's not reinfecting himself. So that was the concern, was that in that pen he was reinfecting himself. But I question that because the other boys aren't having a problem. There is no issue with the other boys. They're clear. So, and our other girls are clear. We've done test wormings, and everybody else is fine. So this is a Cash issue. This is just a Cash issue. But anyways, we got up here yesterday. I did copper bolus all the other girls that was left. Sorry we didn't bring you guys along for that. Our daughter came because Jeff went and bought 30 more bales of hay to finish us out until they cut for 2025, which is usually the middle of July. This should take care of us. We have about 60 bales. That'll take care of us through that. But our daughter came up and helped her dad stack hay while I was doing all the girls. And I had the camera with me, you guys. I had it sitting right next to me in the RTV, but when you're in the moment and you're visiting, we were all laughing and just enjoying each other's company, and I just didn't pick up the camera, and we all got done and went back to the house for lunch, and I thought, oh shoot, there's the camera, and I didn't bring you guys along for that. So my apologies, but I know everybody with families understands those times that it's just more important to take those little opportunities as we have them. But look at these girls. Guys, we're 13 days from Bijou. Trinity, you're looking mighty gorgeous, my dear. Mighty gorgeous. And of course, Lucky. Goodness, she's exactly 2 weeks. Oh, she's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. The width on these girls is just, I'm loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Everybody's doing just fine. Just fine. But I'm going to fill a hay bag for the boys. Jeff went down to get more water. Alrighty. We're locked and loaded.
Yep, ready to go.
They're in. I think this will be fine. There was a time I might have worried about this fence and Cash jumping it, but that was in his younger years.
Yeah, he's a little bit older now.
He's a little bit older, and those of you that have been with us since we bought him, right after we got him, he jumped out of a fence, or tried to jump out of a fence this size, and he got hung up.
Yeah.
His back legs got hung up, and since then, Cash hasn't done any jumping. So,
He found the hay.
yeah. But anyways, okay, boys are situated for now. They're temporary, hopefully temporary shelter. Girls don't know what to make of it, having the boys so close. But this is a clean pen, and as far as parasites go, it's a clean pen. Nobody's been in there since breeding. We closed it off. Yeah, September. So we closed it off and didn't let nobody in it. So they are just fine in there. And we can give that pen a rest. We'll move their hay and everything once we know for sure that once we move them into their digs. Jeff had talked about moving the hay in here for the girls and not letting it go to waste, but I want to give it a couple days and make sure this pen is going to work. Because if I have to move them quickly, I don't want to have to deal with trying to figure out a hay situation. So, anyways, guys, we will give you guys updates as it happens. Again, we're less than 2 weeks away.
Can't wait.
Yep, more babies, more babies. Anyways, if you guys don't mind, give us a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you for watching.